Good morning, everybody. This is Brent from Central Arkansas. It's overdue a greenhouse update, and I wanted to show you what's going on here. You can see that the first fawn is stripped, basically. There's no towers on it or anything like that, but I disassembled it, the towers and all that, clean it up and put it back together. I'm going to end up putting buckets on here and doing a probably 20 or 30 bucket grow on these. What I was using the towers for is not really conducive for the extreme heat we're having right now. I'm going to keep the structure like it is. I'm going to lower it. You can see the fawn, the second fawn, the potato tower behind it is lower. I'm going to lower this one to that level, and I'm going to redo the towers for the next season. But for now, this is the way it is. I had the onions that were there in the towers, and they were all done, and they had started falling. It was funny. I would be in here and I'd hear a thump, and the onions just kept on falling. Now, the strawberries, they started fruiting again, and then they just stopped, and then they were wilty. They just weren't doing very good, so I went ahead and put them pulled them out of the towers and put them in the refrigerator. And I'll show you a little clip of that here, along with I think I did some video before of what it looked like, so I'll do a little bit there and then I'll bring you back. This tower needs to be redone, more or less. The cucumbers, they've got some powdery mildew or some other issues in this one. I've already got cucumber started in another fawn, so I need to take all the buckets off the top, and it's hotter up there. Things just aren't growing great at quite that height, so I need to redo that. The onions, they're starting to fall, as you can see on the ground. Every day I'm coming out and they're falling out of their spots there. So the onions are done. The strawberries, as you can see there, some in here and some in here, they're having some issues. I'm not sure if it's with the heat or the watering, but I'm going to convert the strawberry towers similar to the way I did the leafy vegetable towers. And what I'm probably going to do pretty soon is empty the strawberry towers and put them in the refrigerator to do a cold storage and then replant them. So that's my plan. Probably going to redo this whole thing. May even just take the towers out and put regular buckets down. That's what's good about this. You can kind of plug and play. Okay, it's July 6th, 2016, and I pulled all my strawberries out of the towers. I just grabbed at the base and pulled them all out of their holes. And what I'm doing now is I'm trimming them way back and putting them in here in the refrigerator. And removing all the old stuff, all the old stems, exposing just, I guess you'd call it a strawberry rhizome. And I tried to leave one little leaf. It's not always the case. We got some doubles and even some triples. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to leave them in the refrigerator for a month or so and then replant them and see what happens. And here's the two containers. I'm going to put them in the refrigerator. The potato tower is doing real well from what I can see. There's a little bit of an issue with some of the leaves on the potatoes. I'm not sure what that is. I'm going to take a look at it, but as you can see, I'll bring you a little close. I'm getting little vines everywhere in them things. Wasps love those too. You see the wasp in there? I don't know why wasps love these things, but they sure do. A lot of wasps, always all over the foliage. But anyway, I've got vines all over. It's the same on the other side, if not more. Everything's looking good. No potatoes have popped through yet. On the top of the fawn, you can see that the squash has gone gangbuster. I've got a squash that's every other bucket. So there's 5 of the 10 buckets up there that are squash. And those are, a friend of mine sent me some seed, and that's his seed that he sent me last year. I saved the seed from the best plant of the hybrid he sent me, and this is a grow out of the F2s. So that squash is looking pretty good, and you can see some differences in thickness of the stems and all that. So I'm interested to see how that goes. What I'm trying to find is a suitable candidate to carry forward for the F3 or third generation. The third and fourth fawns are looking pretty good. The spinach, I did away with a couple. Yeah, I did away with all of them except for this one, I think. This one's done too. The beets I was going to take out. They may still make it. They seem to be trying, but 100 and something degrees in the greenhouse every day has not been fair to them. You can see here I've got some Chinese cabbage with some munchers on it. Looks like a little something going on right there, whatever that was. If you know what that is, let me know. It's probably the one doing the munching. The Chinese cabbage seems to be doing okay. I got one there, and one there, besides a little bit of holes. Doesn't appear to be trying to bolt. We'll see how that goes. Since we're right down here in the end here, I've got corn. It's unfortunate I'm seeing one that's starting to tassel here. That's kind of small for tassels. The others, I don't see tassels. And I've got about, I think, 10 pots of corn. I'm hoping to get a successful grow. If not, I'll change the variety and we'll try it again. Next to it is a bell pepper. It's a really nice bell pepper that I'm growing, and I'm attempting to do single stem. I just haven't gotten around to it, so it's kind of tall and lanky couple stems. I'll get to that eventually. And the same with this. It is a attempt to do a single stem for a mariachi pepper, and the peppers just do not mind being whacked back. I removed 2 of the tomatoes here, Grandma Viney's yellow and pink, and KBX. And I planted leeks. I need an onion substitute for, since the onions have quit producing, and I'm hoping leeks will be that good substitute. I plant them right, as you can see the tomato stem there, I plant them right in the same pot, and they're growing, and we'll see what we can do with that. I got an idea or two. Tomatoes, this is the Heg German. I've picked off a couple of those. They're finally starting to red up some. It looks like that one is starting right there as well. Not getting a lot of fruit up top. That's due to the heat, almost assuredly. Got a Cherokee Purple there. I got some tomato fruit set on that, and I've got some flowers up here. None really setting that I can see on this one. This is the Alamo turnip greens, the save seed of mine from the parents, which are right next to it over here. They seem to be doing real well. Got the same little bitty munch holes. Those will rinse off and cook up nicely anyway. And they seem to be doing pretty dang good. They're probably going to be bitter because of the heat. And that's what happens in the heat. Just leafy vegetables, they tend to get bitter. We will see. Some of the carrots here, it looks like I had some dieback. I don't know if that's a natural culling or a water event. Anyway, I'm starting to get some more greenery growing up from the carrot tops. So hopefully those will recover well. I got a bell pepper here. That's a Red Knight, and it's starting to make some little peppers. Pretty nice little peppers, not real big. Kale plant, I trimmed a lot of it back, and it just keeps putting out and putting out and putting out, and this has been going for a really long time. I've got here is, I'm pretty sure, a black cherry tomato, and this is the one that the caterpillar, the tobacco hornworm, chewed all up, and I didn't think it'd make it. Well, it's come back, and it's starting to put on some flower set, which is good. And then you see corn. That looks like another bell pepper. I've got, well, a cayenne behind it, and in front of it I've got another bell pepper. Putting on some bell peppers, nice bell peppers. The two tomatoes I've got back here are mine that Succeed. Got lots of flowers starting to come up pretty good. The plant's really been invigorated lately. Even got some small tomatoes up there. Lots and lots of flowers, which is typical for Succeed. Here's a cowlick brandywine. It looks like it's flowering some. I got one here that's not turned yet, but it's struggling a little bit. Flaming Flare, more or less trying to do a single stem here. You'll see how tall that is. It's as tall as the cage, taller actually. And I need to do something with that. I was going to tie it up or wrap it around the cage. I'll probably end up tying it up. Down here on the bottom I had obviously some kind of water event with that turnip green. I don't know if it just got so hot or what have you, but that one looks like it's going to toast up. That one might end up doing it, but this one's doing fine. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but you know, those things happen. Here is two more spinach. Spinach just did not want to do at all. I need to get rid of those and replant. This is a brandywine tomato, and that tomato is sort of doing okay. Brandywines have always done pretty good for me here. At least this seed, I saved it from Johnny's. I didn't save it, I bought it from Johnny's. And I'm growing out them again. I think I bought those like 3 years ago. But I'm trying it again. And the last time I tested it, it was pretty good. I normally don't like brandywine tomatoes, but that one had a little bit of a kick to it. The sharpness that I like, so we'll see what's going on with that. I've got a Campari here. The plant that I end up trying to save died off, but the fruit that grew here last time obviously dropped some fruit and a new seedling came up. So that's another generation of Campari. I have no idea what it's going to do. I got some little flowers up there. Beans, y'all. This whole thing is beans except for the very end down there, which is corn obviously. And the beans, I'm getting little flowers on that, so I expect to get some beans pretty soon. The broccoli or brassica towers and the leafy vegetable towers, not doing good at all. This broccoli has been going for a while. It should have started ahead by now. It's obviously too hot to head up. I'm getting severe wilting. It's just too hot. That's what I can think. The only thing I can think here. I've got, I don't have any problems with moisture because the little plants are trying to grow, right? So the system is not starving it of water. So I don't think it's got a fair shake for this grow. I think it's just the heat. So we'll probably break down this fawn and save it for the fall, which is kind of too bad because I've got a bunch of little ones going of different kinds. The lettuce, you can see the lettuce is trying to grow. It's just not doing very well. It should be much bigger than that by now. Turnip greens in this one. The turnip greens, they're trying to do. I've got another one over there. Let's see. Yeah, they're trying to do, but not doing very well either. And the spinach that was in the ones opposite, like I had the turnip green here and spinach on the other sides over here, they did not even germinate. Every single one didn't germinate. However, the plus on this one is the cucumbers. I've got 3 plants going in here, and they're big beautiful plants, and they're spreading like crazy and grabbing hold of everything. Even that one shot way across to the cage. And it's pretty cool. I've got Unistars and Bet Alpha on these 2 different kinds growing in that one bucket. And what I really need to do is train them up. So that may happen today, it may not. My last fawn, I've got the next generation Succeed growing on one side, and I've got the Campari Heg cross F2 seed. Yes, this was the one when I did the Naked Gardening show, the seed I saved. So those are growing on this side of every pot. I've got a zucchini wife wanted me to plant. I'm going to train it up like I've done in previous years, cutting off the really big leaves and let it more or less, for lack of a better word, vine. I'm going to let that bush squash vine. A couple years ago I had the same exact seed. I had one of the plants, the zucchini plants, it got up to like 15-20 feet long doing that. So it'll be interesting to see how that one does, especially in this heat. And then I got tomatoes all along here. This is a squash that I saved from outside. It was a really sweet squash. I tested the squash with a refractometer to test the bricks levels, and that's an indicator of fruit quality. That was part of what I do with the breeding. This one had 2-point higher bricks, 6.8 on the brick scale for squash, whereas most squash are at the 4 level. And you can see it has kind of an unusual growth pattern, but I haven't gotten a male and a female at the same time, so I can't really pollinate that yet. I'll see if I can do that, and we'll see where we get with that. That's it for the greenhouse update, guys. It's been past due. Should have brought it to you earlier. Just been really busy with a lot of stuff going on. And so I guess I'll wrap this one up. This is Brent. We'll see you later.